We hear from so many business owners who are struggling with high turnover, low morale, and teams that just aren't clicking.
And so often the real problem isn't the product, the service, or the people. It's the culture.
And that's why we would love to bring the Business Fix to your next event or webinar to help transform your team and to push your business forward.
Ready to fix your culture and unlock your team's potential? Visit us at businessfixpodcast.com and click connect with us to learn more.
We may have missed a week in terms of an episode.
Yes.
There was a good reason for that. I happened to get sick. Chris is just over here nodding. And I think a big part of that is because she's seeing me also in a bow tie for the first time. For those of you that are just
confused.
Listening. Right. I missed time. I show up wearing a bow tie. So what are we going to talk about this week?
Burnout.
Yeah, because that may have been an issue. Stay tuned. She's the CEO.
He's the marketing and operations guy.
If it's broken, you need
the Business Fix.
I think this is going to be a different piece for you than it is for me.
Maybe.
So let's talk about like my life. Obviously, we're going to dive a little bit into what the hell happened with my life and why we missed a week.
Yeah.
Yes, we are not invincible. We're not infallible.
No.
What's been going on with your life?
I mean, we're done with travel season, so I'm happy with that. Yay! Now it's time to buckle up, go through the holidays, have a good time, watch our daughter apply to 22 colleges. It's great.
Well,
Yeah.
You're watching that at least.
Watching
You're
it.
Not...
We're watching her get her acceptances, watching her get different award letters, the ups and the downs of this is good, this is bad. You know, it is.
So she's almost getting that piece of business ownership right now.
She
of
absolutely
like
is.
The highs and lows of like you got accepted, but not to the program you wanted.
Exactly. Or this is what we're going to offer you. It's not even close to what you probably want. So you don't have to get loans or deal with the bank of mom and dad, all those things. So yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
She's almost to adulting. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. Buckle up, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of buckling in to do.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we're going to talk about my recent burnout.
Yes.
And I'm hoping this is a good reminder for you not to go down the same path that I have recently gone down.
Oh, I think every time I watch someone crash and burn, I remind myself, don't do that again.
Don't
Because
do
I've
that.
done it before.
I know you have. And that's why
Epic.
we're going to talk about it in the way we're going to talk about it today. Because when we talk about burnout, is we are going to talk about you from a personal standpoint in how to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about pajama day.
Yes.
I'm hoping we talk about pajama day because you've mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
You've mentioned that even recently.
Yes.
I've been pretty good overall about spotting it in employees and figuring out when that's coming. Can't figure it out my damn self. It's always easier to fix other people than yourself, though.
Always.
Yeah, no, I'm so good at that. For me, the story for me is obviously October's a busy month for us. We've got a number of big projects that come due like right at the 1st of November. 10,000 Small Businesses Summit in DC just happened.
Yep.
I was asked to, I was going to cancel the trip. I was asked to possibly introduce a speaker, which was like, holy cow, this is big. This is the largest gathering of small businesses in DC ever.
Yes.
Huge.
It's a big deal.
Right. So I'm thinking of canceling the trip, and then they're like, hey, would you want to do the thing? And me being the attention whore that I am like, yes. And of course I see the opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I say yes. And then I end up basically speaking on in a breakout session. They called me a panelist. It was a panel of one. I was the panel, but about AI and automation in the business. So awesome.
Yeah.
Came home, didn't feel great. That spiraled down quickly until I ended up in the ER. I have a very low heart rate and a very high lung capacity naturally, genetically gifted that way. And they're like, okay, so we don't think you have pneumonia, just a really bad cough. And then they x-ray my lungs and they're like, oh, you have pneumonia.
Congratulations.
Here's your prize. Here's some more antibiotics. But yeah, so that was, I literally, I knew I was driving into a brick wall.
And you did it anyway.
Yeah, 100.
Well, sometimes you can't help it.
And that is I knew, like, every year I set myself up. I don't want to say for failure in October. But I set myself up on, like, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And then that one thing gets added.
Yeah. And
suddenly, I mean, it's Jenga. You pull that one brick out of the bottom and suddenly the fan needs a pressure washing. So yeah, that is the big piece about that. This to me, I mean, I've never experienced burnout this hard. And it's funny, just the look on your face is like, oh, freaking amateur. I know that's exactly what's going right through your head. You amateur, come on, step it up.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm just like, wow, that's not bad.
I know. And I mean, I've burnt out in other ways, but I'm pretty good about realizing where that step is. And I would equate it to some of the athletic things that I've done where I'm like, oh, I know if you step over that line, it goes downhill really quickly. So to kind of traverse that line, okay. It to me, this was not obviously just about feeling tired. I ended up
you're legit sick
at the hospital. And it wasn't just like, I don't feel good. They're like, no, you got issues, boy.
Yeah. They put you in timeout.
Right. Medical professionals told me I have issues. This is physical, not mental. We already know the mental piece to that. For you.
Yeah.
You've been at burnout.
A lot. Yeah. Multiple times. A few times.
A few times. I mean, sometimes you got to slam your hand in the door a few times.
You do.
You're like, oh, that hurts. You've managed. You now have pajama days. We talked about that. Like, you're like, this is a pajama weekend.
Yes.
I'm doing nothing. Nothing is opening. As business owners, and this is the tough thing, we are like, I feel responsible for everyone that works for me.
Yeah.
In many cases, I feel less responsible for myself than I do my employees and what they're doing, which is a tough thing. How do you look to realize that, okay, what are you looking for when it comes to burnout? What's some of the telltale signs that, like, a business is thriving, but like the owner is running on fumes? Because, like, to me, I was like a 15-year-old Hyundai, and with 200,000. Every light on the dashboard was on. The check engine light, the low oil, the overheating, all those lights were on. And I'm like, screw it, keep driving.
We'll just drive home.
Right.
We'll make it.
We'll make it home. So give me your take on the big picture here. Like, what are some of these warning signs and how not to step off that cliff?
Yeah. So few things. So you got, when thriving looks like withering, because that's the other part, is sometimes people think like, oh, everything's going great for you. And like on the inside, you are just
dying.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So the first thing I would say is that emotional numbness doesn't scream, it whispers. So burnout oftentimes whispers to you first. And if you miss those warning signs, like the first check engine light, and you're like, it'll turn off.
Little tape over it. It's
no big deal. So you've got to pay attention to those things. So a few things that can kind of give you that indication: detachment from wins. You're like, yeah, that was good, but we got more stuff to do. Or it was good, but it wasn't good enough. So detachment from it. Like, you don't celebrate. Another one's for me, it's snapping over small stuff. So you've seen the memes of the person that's trying to throw the garbage can and he gets stuck and then he just starts banging and then he rips the mailbox and throws everything. I mean, so there's that. Scheduling yourself into oblivion, meaning I don't want to have to think about some of the things that I'm dealing with. So instead, I'll just burn myself out by overscheduling myself. So that's those things. So detachment from your wins, snapping over small stuff, scheduling yourself into oblivion, that's burnout wearing a productivity badge. I am going to continue. I was going to say, do you feel seen?
Yes and no on some of that.
Okay.
I'll revisit some of this in a minute, but yes, I like it.
Yeah. Some other things for me, tears for inconvenience is a good telltale sign that there's something going on with me. Everything's going great and I'm in tears in my office over something really small. I have burnout, or I'm getting close to it. Another one is when I start losing things. Like if I lose like the major credit card or debit card that I run my life with, That's a telltale sign that I'm reaching burnout because I've put it my mind is moving too fast and I can't figure things out. Another one that I would say is, when I say something isn't awful, if you hear me say, "Oh, that's not awful," like more than 2 times in a day, that's a telltale sign because I'm starting to just tell myself I can keep doing it. It's not awful. It's fine. I'm not going to die. And then there's always the physical symptoms of burnout. These ones are probably a little bit easier. Headaches, caffeine consumption. My caffeine consumption goes way up if I'm drinking caffeine after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not that time, Josh. I can still have this. Leave me alone. Um, don't go there. The eye twitch, I know for me, like overtired, like not getting enough sleep, burning candle at both ends. I get a twitch in my eye. Or I just need to lay my head down. That like thought, like when you're in a Zoom meeting or you're in any type of meeting, you're like, if I just put my head down, if I close my eyes really slowly, like there's moments. If you're doing a lot of those things in tandem, you're getting close to burnout. If I can't wait for the weekend to get all this other stuff done, that's another one.
It's funny as you go through these. What's really interesting about this, and this is something that I kind of want to like dive into a little bit, emotional numbness.
Yeah.
You know me well enough to know I'm amped up about everything, but I don't get emotional about many things. So that one, it's one of those things where like, if I'm kind of emotionally numb, no matter what, all the time anyway,
then that one's not going to be a good telltale sign for you.
Right. And it's so funny though, because there's a few of those, like detachment from the wins. I don't win well. Something isn't awful. Okay. The physical signs for me were the ones that really crept up. I no longer looked forward to working out in the morning. I missed like a week's worth of workouts. And I mean, I'm religious about that.
Yep.
That is my time. That is my thing. I started not looking forward to, I started looking forward to after the busy period.
Yeah.
But not any things. It was just after the busy period. There wasn't like, hey, we've got a trip or we've got something coming on. It's just get me the hell out of the woods. So those were the things that for me were the bigger markers. It's interesting. And to me, it's the how it looks different.
Yeah. Burnout looks different from almost everybody. They're all different.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's for me though, I love how this is I wasn't even thinking of these things until you mentioned them. Like the tears for inconvenience, not much of a crier.
No.
I didn't think you'd expect me.
No, I wouldn't expect you to. And I'm not generally either. But if that happens,
yeah.
It's
time.
If I'm laying in my office on the floor in tears, that's okay.
Yeah.
we might need to take a break.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like that. Holy cow. It like I said, it's just that it's those differences, those vast differences. But to me, the physical signs are what really I knew it. Like I said, head straight for that brick wall. As we get more successful, that drive's addictive. It
does.
You see a little bit of a success and you're like, oh,
I can keep doing this.
Right. If I made $10 doing this, if I do it twice, I'll make $20.
Yes.
And it's never usually the case. But so speak to that success and management of that. Like, how do you look at that?
Yeah, I think for one, it's knowing that the higher you climb, the bigger you get, the more success you have, the more it's about managing your energy than it is about doing all the things, because you're working on building a system, you're working on delegating. It's about really building the toolbox that you have in your resilient operating system so that you can do other things, because, rest is a leadership skill. I know you may not think it is. But it is.
I'm not David Goggins, but in the same sense, and
as entrepreneurs, we do that. We do that because we just think I have to stay busy. My worth is tied to this. And the other part, and I would say this is something that's really important, is I used to think that taking time off meant that I was letting people down, meaning like I have to be superwoman. And because of that, because I felt like I had to do all of those things, I've had horrific physical injuries because I wasn't paying attention when I was supposed to be paying attention. I almost burnt my house down. I mean, it's not helpful. So now I know that when I step away and I'm modeling rest and I'm modeling how not to not be burnt out, I'm also modeling sustainability for other people. So it's really important. I mean, you understand rest is a leadership skill, and I treat routine self-care like a board meeting. I'm not going to skip it at this point because I know if I skip too many things, I'm going to wind up out for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and the ability for me to just maintain myself, do that routine maintenance like we're supposed to do on our cars, not ignore all the warning lights. It's important. So the things in resilient operating system we talk about, mindset, building our interpersonal effectiveness, having a what else that drives us beyond what we do day to day. I think it's really important. I think if you have a routine, it's great. I don't think you should live and die by your routine completely. You've got to give yourself some flexibility. And I know that sometimes we have disagreements on professional development, but for me, professional development is another way to energy manage because you're getting new tools, new resources. You're also forcing yourself out of your business. So other people have to do some of that work for you. I mean,
it's a source of frustration for
I
me.
would say it can be, but you can't lead well when you're running on fumes.
No,
you can't.
cannot.
And your resilience isn't in how much you do. It's really in how well you recover from things. So pajama days, delegation, going to therapy occasionally, having a clear what else, learning how to model the behavior that you probably should have in someone who rests. That's really my recipe for now.
Let's be honest. You did not start your business so you could spend your days buried in HR paperwork or Googling how to handle employee drama.
That's why I started Clarity HR. We're your fractional HR team giving you real people, real support, and real solutions. Whether it's compliance headaches, hiring struggles, or just needing someone to take the people stuff off your plate, we've got your back.
So if you're ready to stop using duct tape and hope as your HR strategy
and finally get some peace of mind, head over to clarityhr.com. That's clarityhr.com. Simple, clear, and here to help.
I'll give you a few seconds to go to the website while we get ready to get back to the show. I love the rest as a leadership skill.
It is.
And it's funny because it is that thing that we need to work on and we need to be intentional about.
Mm-hmm.
We are always asking people that work for us, that work around us, to be intentional about things.
Yes.
Do the right thing at the right time, make sure you're thinking about it, all this other thing. And then we don't do that ourselves. The difficult piece to that is at 5 o'clock, most of them, they're like, okay, they can go home and not think about it.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, we have to be intentional about clearing that out of our head.
Yes.
To be like, okay, let's actually do something else. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's do the other things.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I also like the routine self-care, like a board meeting. That's a great way.
It's not negotiable.
And it just has to be scheduled. Because once again, like if you look at my calendar, if there's an empty spot, sure, I'll fill it.
Exactly.
Totally.
And I have clear parameters around when I need to take care of myself and when not. And I think we had very similar situations while you were trying to, like, you were sick. And in denial, I identified that I was going to have an issue and I wiped my calendar. I messaged you and I'm like, not doing anything for the next 3 days.
I know. And it was funny. I'll wholeheartedly admit, when I got that message from you, I was jealous. Because I saw I knew the shitstorm I was walking into, and I'm just marching on along like the good little soldier. And I'm like, oh, damn it. I was a bit jealous of that. Like, she and take that as a good thing.
I guess so.
But no, seriously, it's like you have that foresight. And it's that the thing that's tough is watching right now. And this is the thing that's always tough to see. I just recently crashed hard. I know you have also.
Yeah.
But most of us haven't seen that from you.
And that's true. See, they don't see me 10 years ago when I tried to burn my house down.
Correct. So that is and to me, I love that because it shows there's that development, shows me, like, it gives me like hope for the future.
Yeah, you can get there.
Right. I'm not going to continue to run into the brick wall. I will a few more times.
I do too. You don't see it as much because I've identified.
You don't run into it at a full sprint. You run into it maybe at a brisk walk.
No, yes. And that was it. This was a speed bump because I had to clear my calendar for 3 days and say, and we had a major election. I had a major campaign that I was working on and advocating for. And I was like, I can't be at the polls for those 3 days. Here's why. And they're like, okay, we understand. I said, if you want me on Tuesday, I can't be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they went,
Yep.
not a problem. And I was able to rebound, be perfectly fine. But I think also it's always easier to spot things in other people than it is to spot them in ourselves. So
100%. That's why I get to talk about this.
It is. And that's why I want to transition to that, because I feel like maybe as we talk about team, maybe you'll have some additional self-reflection.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure.
So, I mean, I want to know how do you identify an employee on the brink of burnout, and what are those first few steps that you're doing to remedy the issue? I'm excited for this dialogue.
Yeah. So the first one is like just looking at it from a pure operational piece, productivity.
Yeah.
You see pattern changes in it. And it may be like, hey, Monday, Tuesday, they kick ass. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they are completely useless, when typically they're a consistent employee.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily they just go straight to the toilet and hang out there.
No.
It's that inconsistency, and it's looking for those patterns in that. The other thing that I always like to tell people is 1 week is not a pattern.
No.
You need to see the 2 weeks or 3 weeks of that to realize that, okay, Monday, Tuesday, they kill it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're useless. Okay, if they do that 3 weeks in a row, there's an issue. If they do that 1 week, they had a bad Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So realize that. The other one is I've watched employees pull back. There's that increased cynicism. There's that detachment. You see the employees start to look a little bit negative on stuff. And it's not the employee that was your greatest cheerleader turning into the, it'll never work kind of person. It's just them. If they were their greatest cheerleaders, they just may not talk as much.
Yeah.
If they were neutral, they may have more negative things to say. They may not be as engaged. Or they may start shit with other people in the office.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Explosive behavior that you're not used to.
Right.
That's very out of character for them.
Correct.
Or they're in your office going, I need to talk to you. You're like, oh,
right. Sally did
wrong.
this. Right. Sally did this, or someone did this, or just to get back at them, I stirred their coffee with my finger. Something of that nature. The other one, the big obvious one, is absenteeism, withdrawal. I mean, anything like that you see. The one that's big is time padding, and it's typically ones that you see out of managers.
Yeah.
Where they realize, like, hey, they may start showing up earlier, staying later. And I think in the episode of Seinfeld where George left his car at the facility at the Yankee Stadium, and they're like, George has been doing amazing work. He's here before I get here, and he's here after. That's just someone presenting.
Yes.
It's not actual stuff getting done. If people are working harder and not getting as much done, by golly, that should be a time to ask questions.
Yeah.
Sloppiness, uncharacteristic errors. These are all things that, like, to me, when you start to see those things, those are signs that, and I mean, you need to look at that. Like, once again, one mistake isn't a pattern.
Yeah.
But you see that a few times, you have to start looking at that and start asking the questions of why. And this is why we talk about culture so much to begin with, because you have to be able to go into the people and say, hey, something's up. Not go into them and be like, dude, you suck.
Yes.
Because the problem is so many employees, because there's not that good supportive relationship in there ahead of time, you cannot approach them saying, hey, your productivity's down a little bit. If you have a good relationship with them, you can go in and say, hey, I noticed something's up. What do we need to do to fix this?
Yeah.
If you don't have the good relationship, they're going to be like, I'm going to get fired.
If you're a small business owner navigating the world of marketing or looking to establish yourself as an industry expert, you already know the power of a great podcast.
But getting it all right, from the sound to the strategy, can be a headache. And that's where Pedal Stopper Productions comes in. We're the team behind the Business Fix and Chrissy's Better Business for Small Business Leaders podcast.
One of the things I love about what you do, Josh, is that you're always willing to help out. And part of that is with your free 30-minute no-pitch podcast consultation.
That's right. 30 minutes of our best tips, tricks, and podcasting basics. Absolutely no strings attached. Just podcasting insights to help you crush your goals. Visit pedalstomperproductions.com to book your no pitch call today. That is pedalstomperproductions.com.
And now back to the show. No, and strong culture, strong understanding of how your employees tick, I think is really important to ensure those conversations. The other thing I would say too is you need to be or have a good understanding as a business owner if you are contributing to their burnout. Because if you're running 7 12-hour shifts with no breaks, no PTO, everybody's on mandatory 7s or mandatory 6s or mandatory 5s with mandatory overtime. I mean, if you're in that space, you're like, I don't understand why no one likes it here. I don't understand why everybody's crying or everybody's angry or everybody's snapping at me. It's your fault, dummy. So, I mean, like, you've got to have some idea as to what's going on within your organization. If your team is so lean that there is no ease or capacity to handle a difficult day, you're going to burn them out over time. And it may not happen right away. Most teams, if they've got a thick culture, can handle 90 days of hard, but they can't do 180. So you've got, I mean, and I would say even 90 days is really difficult. 45, manageable. I mean, anybody can do a week of really hard stuff, but you've got to give them a break. You've got to be able to have that understanding. And just because you are running and burning the candle at both ends and doing all the things that you want to do and like not having any balance, doesn't mean that you get to do that to your team members. It's dumb. Don't do it.
I didn't light the candle. I threw a blowtorch at it.
You did. You did. Well,
we were just trying to melt the candle as a whole. I didn't need the wicks.
No.
One of the things that I look at for like, how do I remedy this? The what can I take off your plate check-in is one that I like to talk about.
Yeah.
Like the worst question in the world is, how are you? Because everyone's going to be like, fine, great.
It's good. Get out of my office.
And
just leave me alone.
Right. All I can think of is that meme of the dog that's drinking a beer in the bar that is on fire. Yeah, everything's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. They're never going to tell you.
No.
Ask specifically about the workload.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel pressure from these deadlines? Do you feel like this is going to get done? What are those things?
Yeah.
How are we looking for this? Have a priority discussion about it then too. What needs done now?
Yes.
They may have 10 projects. If they've got 10 projects and they think every single one is 10 on the priority scale, guess what? They're going to burn.
Yeah.
They are going to burn, baby, burn.
Yeah.
If they know that there's a 10 and 3 5s and a couple of 2s, not a problem.
Makes it easier.
The other one is get off the treadmill. I know there's always big projects coming up. As soon as someone gets done with someone just had a 3-month project, don't be like, great, here's a 4-month project.
Yeah.
You have essentially moved the goalposts. And they're just never going to feel like they've made any progress or got anything done.
And always celebrate when they finish something. Oh
gosh, yes.
That's I think that's one that often managers don't do well, is they're like, okay, on to the next project. You know what?
Right.
We had a 3-month project. Now we're going to do a 4-month project. Let's have a day and celebrate. Let's have some time and let's actually do some good planning around. Now we've got a larger project because we're growing and things are going well. Let's celebrate it, as opposed to like, great, you did that. Here's the next thing.
Right.
That I think as business owners, we are horrible at celebrating in general. So we
Congrats, you did your job.
Congrats, you did your job. We all got paid. Yay, us.
Right.
No, you got to celebrate.
We need to do that again. No, I agree. I am terrible about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm horrible at that. 100%. The other one is that skill gap assessment.
Yeah, that's good.
There are the big thing that I see is people, just because they're good in an area doesn't mean they're good at all things in that area.
Yes.
And sometimes you have given something to someone that there's one small piece that is going to sink them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they get stuck on. And so take a look and go over these projects and be like, look, is there a thing that we need to like move to someone else?
Yeah. And
moving an hour's worth of work can totally unload someone. And it's amazing. The other one is like protect their focus in deep work. As business owners, we need to do this too. I have a great story from someone we both know, Ned Parks.
Okay.
He went into a factory. He's a business consultant,
Mhm.
went into a factory, and like he said, they talked to 120, 140 people. He goes, by the time you've talked to 9 people, you know what the problems are.
Yes.
And he goes, there was a section, a whole group that would literally talk at the beginning of the week and say, we're booking this week every month. And we're just blocking this on our calendar so we can get stuff done. Yeah, that's a problem. Because if people are in meetings so much that they can't get their stuff done, they're going to get stressed out.
Yes.
And he said the funniest thing about that is he goes, I tell this to all the managers. And he goes, you see a couple of them start to jump on their computer. And then one of them he goes, about 10 minutes later, the one of them goes, shit, it's my group. Because he realized his group, he was having so many meetings with his group.
Yes.
Meetings aren't where you don't get anything done in meetings.
No.
You talk about what needs to get done, but you don't get anything done in meetings. The other thing is turn off the email, turn off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
If it's someone that's in an office, let them work from home. Get away from the office. If that's a distraction for them, dude, go work from home this week.
Yeah.
Get this thing done. If you can work better on your back porch, do it.
Do it.
The other one is like figure out why so many people, they get rushing these projects because the deadline isn't there. They're like, oh, I need this. We got to get this done ASAP. My ASAP and your ASAP.
Oh, they're very different.
They could be very different.
Yeah.
They could be very, very different. And I've found too, there's times where I'm like, hey, and like, we've got 3 or 4 projects that we need to get edited right away. And that's on top of the 5 or 6 that I said yesterday, we need to get edited right away. And I'm like, I just told her we need 10 podcasts edited before 3 today.
So you need to define the expectations.
Correct. I screwed up the priority.
Yeah.
I was the one that said, here's too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my screw up. And I'm the one that needs to go to the customer and say, look, I may have set this expectation a little bit high for you.
Yes.
I need to eat that, not my employees.
Yes.
So yeah, making sure that happens. The other thing is, like I said, is clarify those priorities and effort. What are the top 3 priorities? What are the top 3 things stopping people? And make sure that we want to get a good enough standard. We want to get to the standard that we need to in order to get this done, in a way that's going to make the customer happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't always need to be perfect. So make sure that they don't feel that pressure. What happens when you ignore burnout? I saw that you put putting this in here.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that the other day, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to ask Chrissy this question. Like, what is the cost of ignoring burnout? And I can see you're excited to answer this.
Well, sometimes it's really even hard to manage, but I mean, and to really quantify, but staff turnover, increased errors, hospital visits. I mean, like burnout isn't just an HR issue. It's really a business risk. And when you ignore it, you're paying the price in turnover and disengagement and preventable errors. And again, yes, actual hospital visits. If burnout has created such a stressful environment on your body, you wind up in the hospital because you ignore all the warning signs. Think about that. I have watched high performers in an organization and business owners and myself. We go from MVP to out of the office with anxiety. And it's rarely like about the workload.
I couldn't open my laptop.
No.
I laid in bed, and for me to ignore my email. Ugh. When you text me, you're like, I'm sick. I'm not going to be available. I was like, oh my God, he's dying. Right.
This is bad.
Right. You knew it. You knew I didn't just have the sniffles.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that for some people with burnout, the struggle with them, it's not when they're out. It's also that weight of not being seen, heard, or supported. So that can really cause some additional problems when it comes to recovery from burnout. Is that can they handle that piece?
It's funny you say that, because I have had a tough time coming back from this.
Yeah.
To say, okay, because I'm like, now I'm behind and I need to catch up.
Yes.
And so what is that fine line that I need to walk to make sure that I don't put myself right back under?
Yeah.
And I've had to be very intentional. Like last night I went home and I'm like, I am tired. And we literally sat on the couch, watched Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
And at 8 o'clock, I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yes.
And I surfed Instagram. Just made sure Instagram was the only app that I was going to, and it was just, it's dumb motorcycle stuff and horrific comedy, are the things that I'm going to watch. But that I'm like, I have to check out.
You do. I mean, you have to let yourself rest. You have to let yourself recover. And I will tell you, I have come back from burnout. I'm like, I've recovered from my burnout, and I should have probably taken a week or 2 weeks off. And because I came back too early, that I'm out for another 2-3 weeks because I came back too hard.
The other piece to that I want to talk about with that too is that productivity piece.
Yeah.
Because I am trying to come back and and then it was funny the other night. I'm like, okay, I got shit to do. I got to get stuff caught up. And suddenly I notice I'm like fiddling with settings on something, or I'm like, this is not productive.
You're still burnt out.
I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? I ordered some nice shirts on eBay, by
Good
the way.
job.
But yeah. And I'm like, but I'm still sitting in my office in front of the computer working, even though it's zero productivity.
Yeah.
And it's making sure that I'm intentional about like, if I'm going to be in that situation, and if I'm not going to be, I need to get the hell out of there. Yeah. Like, why does culture make it easier to spot when, for lack of a better term, shit's about to hit the fan?
So culture is what gives you an early warning system. So if people don't feel like they can be safe being real, they're not going to say they're drowning. So culture really allows you to have that early warning system, so that instead they're just going to start missing deadlines and they're going to make costly mistakes. So it's really, it's that telltale sign when you've got a good, thick culture and you've got people that feel safe to be able to speak up and say, hey, you gave me 6 projects. I can only really handle 4 right now. Or you gave me 10 projects. Our software can only process 8 of these in the amount of time that you need them to be done by, as opposed to that person just being like, they're never going to help me, or I give up, or just walk out. It's really important. And those are the things when you can foster that communication and you can have those conversations, it really helps you. I mean, especially when things get tough, when pressure gets hard, because then your team's able to spot those issues. And sometimes too, your team is able to spot when you're on the edge of burnout. I mean, I have team members now that will just flat out come to me and say, we're concerned about you. And I'm like, they're not even close to where my line is. I'm like, okay,
sure.
It's great.
No, that's great.
It is.
That truly is. It's funny for me because, like I said, you see it in the people. You just know when that healthy culture gives you that visibility, where you can start to see it. The next piece that we're going to kind of discuss here is one that I truly, and this is my favorite part about it because it's kind of nuanced.
Yeah.
It's that difference between helping a burnt out employee and enabling poor performance. And to me, very simple. If it's a performance change,
yes,
that's the sign of burnout.
Yes.
If it's just been bad, well, you made the wrong hire.
Agree. Because, support doesn't mean rescuing.
No.
When someone's burnt out, helping them, it might mean time off. It might mean clarifying the expectations. It might be coaching. It is not ignoring accountability. Accountability is still there. There's still an expectation around what the work performance should be. But there are moments where you can go, this is, again, not the normal performance that we see from this person. What's going on? What is causing it? And I think that, enabling.
Asking the question.
Yep.
Asking the question.
Yes.
What is the cause of this?
Yes. Because enabling looks like excusing performance without getting to the root. Helping means addressing both the person and the pattern. So, I don't coddle my team. I don't.
I wouldn't expect you to.
No, but I do care enough to coach them through anything.
Yes.
So that's what's really important.
The other piece to that is, and this is another one that I was excited to talk about. We have highlighted sustainable output over relentless, unsustainable effort. And it's funny because I was just talking with Kim about this the other day. From my personal perspective, I run at 11.
Yeah, me too.
When I take a break, I run at 10.6.
Yes.
That is where I run.
Yes.
Kim run, like she can run at 9 for a couple of days. And then she's got to have a couple of days at 2.
Yeah.
It's figuring out that type of effort that people can put out.
Yes.
And what works. And there's an ebb and a flow to it. If someone runs at 9, they probably need to come back at 2 for a little while to recover. If you put them in a 5, well, they can run at 5 all day long and never look back. But you've got to find that balance. And what's tough for us, you already know where I'm going with this. 11 is just
11 is normal.
Right. 11 is the low end.
When people are like, how do you get all this stuff done? And there's times where I look at people like, I don't know how you don't get anything done. It's because, okay, here, this is the assessment train. Okay. I want to go woo-woo. Manifesting generator, achiever relator on the Strengths Finder code. And Colby, I am an 8-8, which means high fact finder, high follow through, which means I can do probably twice the amount of work of the normal person. And that's not ego. It's just how I'm wired.
Yeah. So there's some wires crossed.
There are. And I'm totally willing to own that. And that's one of the things that when I have new team members, when we onboard people, I give them a lot of this information, say, look, this is who I am. I work very hard to be manageable to other people. I have a lot of things going on in part, so I don't exhaust everybody else around me. And I think that as a leader, it's really important for you to understand where your burnout edge is. And also understand that the majority of your team members, probably all of them, are not going to hold a candle to where you are in your burnout scale on your burnout meter. And I will say this too, and I think this is probably more important for people in middle management than it is necessarily for the business owner. But we have got to stop clapping for the last person that leaves the office.
I wholeheartedly agree with that one. To me, I've got a piece on this. Salary is awful in today's world because it is just get everything, all the things done. And it is another way, in so many ways, it has been exploited from my perspective as to just get more blood from the stone. It should be get your stuff done, get the hell out of here. 3 o'clock, awesome, go home.
Yeah. It's totally fine. Or you want to come in later. That's okay. I mean, I think productivity at the expense of people isn't sustainable. We can't do it.
It is not. And they've pushed so hard on that.
Yes.
And I mean, this goes back to that Jack Welch culture. Right. Oh, I knew as soon as I said that, I was going to get a visceral reaction from you on it.
No.
It is that just constant pushing.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You get so much more from people when you show them that, hey, here's the goalpost, get to that goalpost and you're done.
Exactly.
And make it an attainable goalpost. Don't make it a 175-yard field.
No.
It's a 100-yard field.
And stop moving the goalpost for everybody.
Correct.
It's got to have a stopping point. I think we celebrate team members who deliver consistent and healthy output. It's not always about time. I mean, and the reverse, I was having a conversation with Julie in our office today, and she was talking about, when she first got to our organization, it was like she could tell everybody leaves at 5. She's like, but I have one thing I want to finish. It's going to take me 10 minutes. And they're like, no, you got to go now. As opposed to, let's have dialogue. If somebody's there for an extra 5 minutes because they're laughing with a colleague, don't rush them out of the office. It's okay to have balance. If people need to come in a little bit later because they've got to get their kids on the bus, that's fine. What are the expectations? How do we continue to move forward? I
have a hilarious story about that. When I was at the truck dealership.
Okay.
I'm an executive. I was required to be there from 8 to 5. Like at 5 o'clock, we were literally lined up at the door.
Yeah.
I'm an executive lined up at the door to leave at 5 because there was zero flexibility in anything. And right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're going to if the owner would scream if you got there at 8:03. Right. Right. So if you're going to scream at me for being 3 minutes late, well, I sure as hell am not going to stay 3 minutes late at night. So if it's 5:30 and I've got something that's going to take me 35 minutes to get done, or if it's 4:30 and it's going to take me 35 minutes to get done, guess what?
Not doing it.
Yeah. It's funny how that culture changes that. To wrap this all up.
Yeah.
And so I can go take a nap and recover. A couple of clear, actionable takeaways for the business owner, the middle manager, anyone who wants to make their business more resilient.
Yeah.
So I knew that would get you to smile.
I love resilient.
It is resilient, sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I'm going to say is patterns. Look for patterns in people. If you see a pattern change, something has changed. One time is not a pattern. Look for patterns.
Yeah. I would say audit your scope.
Yep.
For yourself, your key employees. You do not have to do it all to lead it all.
But I like it.
No.
Define done. What is done? It doesn't, I mean, there's times where it's just a checkbox, great. But if it's writing something, if it's something creative, make sure that you have an established level of polish that it needs to get to where you can say, yep, we're good.
Yeah. And we're going to celebrate sustainability, not survival.
Oh God, yes.
Stop clapping for that last person to leave the office.
Yep. The other thing is model what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is the tougher one in some cases. Because we want to make sure that we are doing things correctly, but we are addictive. We're addicts to our business and stuff like that. So make sure we handle it the right way.
And really listen and watch for the warning signs and don't freaking ignore them, Josh.
I listened, I watched, and like I said, every dashboard light was lit up and I'm like, floor it.
We go anyway.
Floor it. Single most effective boundary you've put in that said, hey, I'm not going to go down in a blaze of glory.
That was reclaiming my after hours time.
Nice.
So started with no phone at dinner with our kids. And then it went also to, I am generally only out one night per week during the week.
You said that a few episodes ago.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
I've recently put that in.
Good job.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. For you, what's the quickest system you can implement tomorrow to reduce task pressure on an overworked team member?
Time. Spend 15 minutes and just talk to your people. Ask them things. Something has a date that you can put off. But you don't know that until you sit down and have an honest and open conversation. We don't stress those.
No, not at all.
Sweaty 10-minute conversations.
No, they're great.
That's to everyone out there that is wanting to take control of their health and protect their teams and their next year's healthcare budget, because I believe I just upped ours.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Chrissy, this once again has been educational. You have been there, done that, and it's always interesting to hear your perspective on it. For those of you that want more resources, businessfixpodcast.com. Make sure to follow us on all the social medias at The Business Fix. A review, a subscription go a long way in helping us help other business owners. If you know a business owner that's going through this, please tag them. We would love to help someone else not hit the wall at 700 miles an hour. You lit up when we said the word resiliency.
Yes.
That is what we're talking about next week. I fully expect to stay quiet in this seat and just have Chrissy rip her face in half from smiling so much.
So excited.
I know you are. To everyone out there, thank you very much. Do me a favor. Take care of yourself so you don't end up like me. If you can, take care of someone else. We will see you very, very soon.